concept hovercar was found that has been rotting for over 50 years. Many people have probably heard about hovercars. Navigators and engineers even tended to believe that the future of the fleet lies precisely with this type of transport. This often happens when innovative technologies and approaches appear that fundamentally change the basic concept, no matter what it may be. But we want to tell you about a fantastic car that was created by the American engineer Curtis-Wright in 1958, and accordingly, the car was named in his honor. The first sketchers looked more like a space shuttle, and nothing is surprising in this since the two world power tried to overtake each other and constantly measured the launches of carrier rockets, which were supposed to put a satellite into low Earth orbit and then a man. But as you already know, it is rare for a concept to remain in the same original and fantastic form, especially after the car is on the conveyor. The difference is obvious, and you don't even need a sense of art to see the difference between a concept and a prototype. After the end of World War II, the US Department of Defense invested heavily in the development of new technology, based on which the tactical advantages of vehicles were to be used on future battlefields. One concept favored by the Army Transport Research Command was the 2500 Curtiss-Wright hovercar. The parameters are striking in their proportions and dimensions. The car was 6.4 meters long, 2.5 meters wide, and 1.5 meters high. If Luke Skywalker were a real Earthling, then he would clearly appreciate a stylish car that is not burdened with wheels. Curtiss-Wright Company was and still is a supplier of aerospace and defense products. The aircraft has been developed taking into account the special needs of landing and transport amphibious ships. Twin 180 horsepower Lycoming aircraft engines were installed at the front and back in a tubular frame aircar chassis, above which were two huge vertical fans. At full power, the aircar could ride on a 38 cm air cushion and could lift 450 kilograms of payload. Although the engineers ordinarily planned for the car to float above the ground at a height of more than 2 meters, in reality it turned out to be several centimeters only. As a result, the vehicle easily and naturally soars in the air due to its low weight and minimal friction on the contacting surface and two powerful engines. The massive body was created almost in the classic automotive style on the time. The car has front and rear optics, turn signals, fenders, and bumpers. The neat four-seater cockpit was fitted with a convertible top, dashboard, and round steering wheel. Powerful fans provided a jet of air that could be used for forwarding propulsion, steering, and braking. By the standards of the 1960s, the structure was quite light and weighed about 1,200 kilograms. The aircar was capable of speeds up to 60 km per hour above land or water, and indeed, for that time it was a decent number for a not actual car. In 1960, the Army Transport Research Command purchased two vehicles for engineering evaluation, but after several months of testing, they were deemed unsatisfactory for use in the field. Air cars moved well on even ground and water, but they started to have certain problems as soon as the terrain became a little rocky or hilly. After failing to enlist the support of the military, Curtiss-Wright attempted to save the project by redesigning it for civilian use, but unfortunately the public was not interested in the project and the idea of the hovercar was gone without getting on the conveyor. One of these monsters is still alive and is in the US Army Transportation Museum in Fort Austin, Virginia. The second copy was sold on eBay for an impressive $100,000, but now it looks more like a destroyed roller coaster cart. Saloon to match the body, nothing has survived at all that could be restored. According to the owner, he got it in the early 70s, and according to him, the air car was in full swing. The plan to use it was an advertisement for his business, but according to the harsh laws of the state, he failed to legalize this type of transport, and the car was parked. Apparently, not only nature mocked it, but also local vandals.